Today, Champions League is back with two big games. We'll come back on these games and much more later in the video, but unfortunately, I need to open the channel sharing a really sad news that is affecting me a lot because I just heard that Andreas BREHME passed away, age 63, overnight from a cardiac arrest. And I'm really sad to hear that news. I'm really devastated. Andreas BREHME, for the younger ones that never heard about him, we are speaking about the German football legend. He played in big teams next to the German national team like Bayern Munich, but also Inter Milan. And yes, it's true, I am a Juventus fan and I'm still extremely sad about it, first of all, because we are speaking about persons, about people, about human, but also because he's there in my memories, in my heart, as one of the first one, if not the real first one that gave me the first neutral football fan joy. I'm speaking about that time. Italia 90, the first real World Cup that I was able to follow as a kid. Italy was eliminated in semi-final by Argentina. Argentina goes to the final playing against Germany. At the 85th minute, he's taking that penalty and he's going full power, scoring that goal and also giving that World Cup to Germany. I was extremely happy as a kid, as a boy, watching that penalty being scored. Rest in peace, Andreas. My name is Giuseppe, together we'll cover football. If you didn't yet and if you want to support the channel making it bigger than it is today, don't forget to put a maximum of like, I'm counting on you. Don't forget also to subscribe to the channel. We start, not yet, with a big Champions League game that need to be played this evening, but first about what happened yesterday, especially if we are speaking about some benches in some clubs of Europe. Marseille, yesterday, breaking news, we spoke about it, sacked Gennaro Gattuso. La valse à mille temps is the title of L'Équipe, referring to an old vintage French song that is speaking about the dance 1,000 times. Well, it's already the fourth coach this season in the club of South of France. I don't know if it's the best solution, especially because they don't go with the coach that will be certain to be there in the next following season, but they gave him a contract until the end of the season to Jean-Louis Gasset. And if we know that the mood is not really high in l'Olympique de Marseille, well, the players, they already tried different methods. They already has been coached by different managers and none of them succeeded. Will they give trust to the coach of this season? If they know that the contract goes until June, if he does well or not, they don't care because he will not be there next season. Big decision in a real big moment of difficulty. On the other side, in Premier League, they also changed coach. The 1-1 of yesterday between Everton and Crystal Palace would not have changed the decision because it was already made, but Roy Hodgson is not longer the coach of Crystal Palace and they already have the new coach that is going on the field today because he's going with his first training session. We are speaking about Oliver Glasner, a better solution than the one of Marseille. Why? Because we are speaking about an experienced coach, still young, 49 years old, but already have some European pedigree because he already won the Europa League with Frankfurt when he was coach of the team from Bundesliga. Well, he will be there for a mid-longer project to try to do better at Crystal Palace. Good luck. There was just one thing that annoyed me yesterday. It's not that much the fact that they gave away their victory in the end of the game, but more the fact that he was already in the stands before being officially the coach of the club. I don't know. For me, it would have been much better if they waited one more day and started today from a clean sheet starting and not being in the stand. I don't know if I like that news or not. I don't know. Let me know in the comment what you are thinking about it. On the other side, there will be another game today, not about Champions League, but Premier League with Manchester City that will recuperate their game. Yesterday, we heard the words of Pep Guardiola. It's not that much the words he used for the game that were interesting, but especially the fact that he said, I am sorry, I apologize to who? Not against their opponents, but about his ex-player, Calvin Phillips. Do you remember last season when he came back from Qatar? Well, he said that he was overweight. Well, fat shame is the title of Sun Sport. He said one time in 8 years. It can happen, but extremely sorry for the words I used. Hopefully they can find peace again because we know that Calvin Phillips got really affected by the words of the Spanish coach Pep Guardiola. Another club that is changing coach, it is Napoli. Yesterday we said there are some rumors that Aurelio De Laurentiis, the president of Napoli, could go with that crazy decision, changing for the third time the coach of the Scudetto winner after Rudi Garcia, after Walter Mazzarri. He's going with Calzona, that is the national team coach of Slovakia, that is going also there until the end of the season, trying to do better than the two previous coach. Big challenge, huge challenge, and I will tell you even more, especially a dangerous decision. For what reason? Tomorrow they play against Barcelona, a really huge important game with a coach that will have been there for just one training session, 1 day. Crazy, extremely crazy, bold decision by De Laurentiis that is trying to find an electroshock to play against Barcelona. I don't know if it's a good one or not. On the other side, Barcelona is really focusing with their actual coach on that game that is crucial, vital for both clubs, especially Barcelona that is dreaming to go to that FIFA World Cup in 2025, FIFA World Cup for clubs. Well, Sport is saying pay attention. Walter Mazzarri will probably not be on the bench. On the other side, there will be Victor Osimhen, the Nigerian player that lost the final of AFCON, will be back from the first minute, so you really need to pay attention to him. Mundo Deportivo is focusing on two other players, El Duello del Talento, the duels of the talents between Kvaratskhelia on one side and Lamal on the other side. Pay attention to these players that has the freedom to invent something out of nowhere. Then, speaking about benches, yesterday we said it, Bayern Munich gave their trust to Tuchel until when? Big question mark that we were asking ourselves yesterday. Well, they are thinking to give him that trust until the end of the season, and they already have their number one target. It's true, in Liverpool every single day they are dreaming about Xabi Alonso being the successor of Jurgen Klopp. Well, pay attention, because Bayern Munich is thinking and dreaming to have Xabi Alonso, that is at the moment at +8 over their club, to have him as the successor of Tuchel for next season. Is the number one favorite, the number one target. If that trust doesn't go until the end of the season, if Tuchel can't do better than what he's actually doing, they even think about a permanent solution. Also there, a contract until the end of the season. Who are they thinking about? Crazy solution. Honestly, a total crazy solution, because they are thinking about Ole Solskjaer. Yes, we are speaking about the Manchester United ex-coach, ex-player, and we all remember that Champions League final. I have no idea if that's the best solution. On the other side, they are dreaming also, if plan A, Xabi Alonso, would not go through, Zinedine Zidane bringing back to coach the club, or a club, after his 2 spells at Real Madrid. Zinedine Zidane at Bayern Munich. I have no idea if this can happen or not. On the other side, another possible candidate is Antonio Conte. This time, not that much the club that wants him, but he wants to go. After Premier League, after Serie A, he's dreaming to win the Bundesliga. Or is it because he wants to take over the job of Tuchel? We all remember what happened in that famous sideline. Now we go back to Champions League, because this evening it will be Inter against Atletico Madrid. I can guarantee you that it's difficult for me to admit it being a Juve fan, but Inter is extremely strong. They have everything that it takes, not only to go to the final like they did last season, but probably also they have huge chances to win it. They are in super form, solidity in defense, super strong offensively. They have a lot of rotational players. They are really strong in the midfield. They are really strong on the wings. They have a really great goalkeeper. They are in form, and on top of that, they don't have to care anymore about Serie A, because 90% of the chances that they already won it mid-February. Big one. Well, in Italy they are speaking about it. In Spain, not that much about the game, because they prefer to focus on the big news about Mbappe, that according to them already signed his contract with Real Madrid. Look at the page of Marca in huge, going with all the different pages that Marca, where they spoke about Mbappe to Real Madrid. Well, if we have to give a special award, a special trophy to Marca, it's the one of being consistent, perseverance. They continue, they never give up in what they were thinking was the only truth. Mbappe to Real Madrid. They had to wait a bit longer than expected, but look at there, he is there. Us is also speaking not that much about Atletico Madrid. They don't care. They speak about Mbappe, atado. Everything is already done. He already signed, according to them, with Real Madrid. 100% he will go to Madrid. Kylian Mbappe, that 8 years ago, we are talking about 8 years ago, about still a young player, scored his first professional goal with l'AS de Monaco. Ha firmato per Madrid. Even in Italy, they are speaking about Mbappe that already signed for Madrid. He will earn less than he's earning at Paris Saint-Germain, 32 million euro net at PSG, 25 net is what he should earn at Real Madrid, but they are in Italy speaking about Inter against Atletico Madrid. Look at Gazzetta dello Sport. Coppa, ti voglio. Cup, the Champions League, I want you, with the big picture of Lautaro Martinez, and they will go for it. With who? With their first team. Sommer in the goal, 3-5-2 for them, with Bastoni, De Vrij, Pavard. On the other side, Di Marco goes back as a starter on the left, Darmian on the right side, Mkhitaryan, Çalhanoğlu, Barella for one of the strongest midfield of Europe, and then up front, Martinez, Lautaro with Thuram. On the other side, also a 3-5-2 for the team of Simeone, ex-player from Inter. They go with a 3-5-2 that is a kind of 5-3-2, because the first mission of Simeone is first not concede and trying to go with a surprise win, if not trying to keep the game open, because they want to play in their home the return game and go with all their chances. So Molina and Reinildo will try to track back when needed. Pay attention to Alvaro Morata, that will be called up. He will be on the bench, and fortunately for him, he will not be able to start the game. PSV against Dortmund is the other game. Well, I don't know which one will be the most spectacular one between Inter Atletico Madrid, that could go for a draw, a tactical game, a huge game, a big fight there, or maybe a more entertaining PSV that is first in Eredivisie, also there plus 10 over the second one, and then Dortmund that is really focusing on going through, because they are thinking that they have their chance of their life playing against PSV. But PSV is also thinking the same. We also have our chances. It's already 8 years that we were waiting to be again back in the knockout stages. We want to believe that we have a chance to do even better. Where are they playing? Well, in the Netherlands, and they will play with Benitez in the goal. No, not the ex-coach. With De Jong that is on fire at the moment. Lozano, Chucky on the left side, and Bakayoko on the right side. For Dortmund, well, they go with a four-man in the front that is really strong. Sancho, Reus, Malen, and up front, Fulkrug, also him, super well. And we finish with the last news. It's in Portugal. We were all waiting for what Sporting would answer to Benfica. Well, yesterday they won 2-0, and they continue with the big roar. 2-0, they are there, still sticking to Benfica, knowing that they have still one game in hand. This was it for me, for the news. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you didn't forget to put a maximum of like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you. My name is Giuseppe, and I believe that together we covered football.